let's not make things into a big deal, guys, because you're making your life so much harder than it needs to be. Life does not need to be this hard. Like, this is not something that you should be bringing to the internet about. This should have been something that you guys just... Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Nikisha Bond. We are continuing going through Am I the A-hole Reddit threads because I'm nosy and I love to give my uncalled for and unsolicited advice. If you're new here, welcome. It's so good to meet you. Sit down, get ready. We're about to do this. And if you're coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you again. Are you doing well? Because I've missed you. I hope you've missed me too. We're low-key in a relationship right now, so I'm glad you came back to enjoy this with me. Am I the a-hole for apparently spoiling a show my partner was rewatching? So that means he's already seen it and we're watching it again. Just keep that in mind. Random one here. 2 years ago, me and my partner watched a show together and we both loved it. We had a friend around who also watched the show and decided to watch a few episodes. After about 3 or 4, I mentioned how much I liked this character except for the one thing they did later on in the season. My partner screamed out, "What? Spoilers? I can't believe you ruined that for me." So I, confused, asked what he meant, and he stated, I knew he had a bad memory for shows, so I should have known he wouldn't have remembered certain plot points. My friend also commented about me spoiling it for my partner, even though I had no idea he didn't remember this show. He stated was one of his favorites. I was just talking about a show I enjoyed with other people who enjoyed it, at least from my perspective, and I'm left feeling a bit sore about it, as is my boyfriend, and I don't understand quite how I got ganged up on. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole because I thought everybody watched it. And so if you don't remember it, I'm sorry. If I'm assuming that everybody watched it and you just don't remember it and I spoil it for you, sorry. But I don't understand why everybody's getting so upset. I think in general, people need to stop making everything into a big deal. Stop making a mountain out of a molehill. And I think if we take time in life to just kind of laugh things off and be a little bit more light, not everything has to be a fight. Not everything has to be an argument. Not everything has to be a battle of who's winning. Like sometimes it could just be a super funny thing. Like, oh, I didn't know you didn't remember. That's funny. And he could have been like, oh, I totally forgot about that. That's funny too. Like, why does it have to be the spoilers? Why are you being ganged up on? I just don't understand why everybody's using this type of language. I don't know if I really had a point anyways. I just read it and I thought it was funny because it kind of reminded me and my husband. This happens to us all the time because we'll watch a movie and I know that we've already seen it. He knows that we've already seen it, but he doesn't remember it. And so now when he's watching it, it's like the very first time. And if I spoil something for him, he knows that he already watched it, so he's just gonna laugh it off. Why would we make it a big deal just because you forgot something? And just because I told you something you forgot? Like, how are we gonna make that into a big deal? I don't know. Let's not make things into a big deal, guys, because you're making your life so much harder than it needs to be. Life does not need to be this hard. Like, this is not something that you should be bringing to the internet about. This should have been something that you guys just laughed it off. So, keep that in mind too. If you have a partner where everything is just level 10, level 100 on every single thing, you might want to rethink that relationship because that's going to make a long, hard road. One of the things that I know as you grow up is that you don't know everything. Shocker, what? You don't know everything? Yeah, so you're gonna be with somebody where you don't know things or where you forget things. And if you make everything a big deal, like you're supposed to be this perfect person to say these perfect things, it's gonna make life really, really hard for you because that's just not reality. So you have to find a way to kind of laugh it off. And even if that other person can't laugh it off, you can laugh it off and be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, you're so funny. Sometimes you have to be the person to kind of lighten the mood because if they say something and it upsets you and everything that somebody says upsets you and affects you, then you're going to have a reaction, they're going to have a reaction, and we're just going to be going on that downward spiral versus you can laugh it off and not let it be a big deal. So I hope that was helpful for somebody. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and make sure that you share this with a friend because you never know, it could help somebody and that would be great. Until next time.